Here we go again.
Everything was a little short last night.
Everything was a little short and a little tight and a little nervy. And that's James Harden in big games. So can I remind you, as I have before, of some of the fairly recent history of James Harden in big games. Now, these are all playoff games, but I'm going to remind everybody, 2015 at Golden State in the closeout game.
Right.
NBA playoff record, 12 turnovers in that game, okay? Yeah. 2017 against my San Antonio Spurs in Houston in what was a closeout game. They lost
with
by
no Kawhi.
39 with no Kawhi and no Tony Parker.
Yeah, that was bad.
And in that game, James scored a total of 10 points with 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and 6 more turnovers. Shot 2 of 11 from the floor and 2 of 9 from 3.
Yeah.
Then in the conference finals in 2018, remember, they're up 3-2 on mighty Golden State. CP3 gets hurt, pulled his hamstring, and he's out. And in those final 2 games, here's James's total combined numbers. He's 22 of 53 from the floor. That's 42%. He's 6 of 25 in games 6 and 7 from 3. 6 of 25 from 3. That's 24%. And then we've got 2019, when they're obviously tied with Golden State 2-2, and go look at what happens in games 5 and 6, just disappear. And then, of course, last year there was the game 7 at home against Milwaukee. The KD has toenail on the line shot game.
The man was hurt on that one.
Well, he's supposedly dragging around a hamstring that is always there for him in his back pocket as his first.
That was the first time he ever had talking about a hamstring. You talking about breaking up
in that game against the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks. He shoots 5 of 17 and 2 of 12 from 3. Do you see a recurring pattern here, Mr. Sharp? I present exhibits A, B, C, D, E, and F. F is in fail, right? And this is James Harden. This is who you love in Philadelphia, who I don't love, because I do trust Joel in big games. I just never quite trust his health.
Well, Joel didn't play particularly well last night, Skip. He was 5 of 17. He was 2 of 3, but most of his points came from the free throw line. As we mentioned earlier, he did have 19 points.
Nobody can get to the free throw line like Joel.
And then all of a sudden, Skip, he started complaining and wanting calls, and he wasn't getting those calls, and now they're pushing out. They forced 20 turnovers by the Sixers, which turned into 28 points. You turn the ball over, now all of a sudden you get runouts. You get guys laying up. You get Seth Curry running to the three-point line. You see Kyrie ran to the three-point line, hit one right before the end of the first quarter. They played well. Give them credit, Skip. For me, I don't want to make it too much about the Sixers, because the Sixers didn't play well. But I'd like to think the Brooklyn Nets had a lot to do with that. They did a lot of getting their hands on the ball because they know James Harden has to bring the ball up. They did a great job of getting the ball out without fouling him, because they could have easily put him on the free throw line. They didn't do that last night. Give them credit. And you cannot let Kyrie and KD go off, because if you let both of those guys get locked in, you got a long, long night. Unless you got a Jason Tatum on the other side or a guy on the other side that's cooking, that's matching them shot for shot, you're going to get blown out like they got blown out last night.
Is it fair to say, Mr. Sharp, that the Nets have the 2 best scorers in basketball?
Yeah.
Like
on the same team.
The skill set is just like off the charts. It's like top 5 all-time skill set. I'm talking about just bags, if you want to go bags.
Yeah, you talk about
ability to make shots.
Offensive guys on one team.
Firepower.
In their prime. I don't.
Okay, so when they cook, when both of them cook, and they don't have to score 50 because they scored almost 50 together.
Right.
But if Kevin's going to get 25 and Kyrie's going to get 22, and let's not sleep on Seth Curry getting 24.
On 10 of 14.
On 10 of 14, and he's going to make 4 of 8 threes. And if Patty Mills is going to come off the bench and not play that much, but he makes 2 threes, and to your point, James Johnson makes 3 threes. There's so much firepower involved here. It's hard to deal with it, because where do you plug your leak? There are too many leaks that are going to be sprung all over your defense.
Exactly. Skipping the thing was they shot 56% from the floor. The only thing that they didn't do well last night is shoot the ball from the free throw line. They were 9 of 17 from the free throw line, or it might have gotten worse than what it actually got. Because Joel was minus 30, James Harden was everybody, all the starters were at least minus 23.
Okay, and your man, the ex-Laker, the Big Penguin, Andre Drummond, as they call him, Big Drum. he gave you 3 block shots.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big deal because, and Kevin in his post-game interview on TNT, immediately, because Drum walked by him, but he was congratulating him for his huge presence against Joel because he's just huge.
You got to have Skip. If they don't have Drummond, you basically going to be asking Claxton, and you're going to be asking LaMarcus Aldridge to try to deal with him. Skip, they don't have enough. At least Drummond, he's not fleet of foot, but he's a large man.
Yeah.
Now, he's probably given up. What do you think he's given up? Probably 40 pounds.
Yes.
To Joel Embiid.
Absolutely.
But Claxton's giving up 100 pounds to Joel Embiid.
100 pounds, and you talk about light in the back pocket.
Yeah.
He's about as light as you can
Exactly.
get.
Because you see how when Joel was turning, he cleared out Drummond. Skip, remember he hit Drummond in the chest.
He did.
And Drummond went flying. And Drummond's got to be 275, 280.
He might be 300.
He might be. He might be, Skip. While you playing, he might be, Skip.
Okay, and I haven't brought up the fact that they have recently added Goran Dragic.
Yes.
Who once again tied for the lead with Kevin in assists. So this team was 7 in only 22 minutes.
Right.
My point is, he can settle them. He can do things that Kyrie really can't do as a distributor, as a quarterback.
He's a true point guard, Skip. He's a true facilitator. Kyrie is at 2. When you put Kyrie at 2 and let him play off the ball, now, they clear out the side, let him get in his bag, you at his mercy. Because he still can do that. Yeah. And now he's hitting the 3 ball. He got the 3 ball going. He was, 5 of 11 from 3. KD's 3 of 6. 4 of 8 from Seth Curry. Well, what you going to do? Those 3 guys go 12 or 25. More times than not, you're going to lose the game. Now, I'm not saying you're going to lose by 29, 30, but if you let those guys get cooking from the 3, I don't know how you beat them.
Okay, and to me, the turning point of the night came with about 1:11 left in the first quarter. The game was already teetering on blowout.
Yeah.
And I'm going to first quote your man, LeBron James, who immediately tweeted about this.
Right.
I love that the refs let KD and Joel Embiid talk to each other and didn't tech them up.
Yes.
That's dope, understanding the assignment, understanding the context. Let them beef it up.
It ain't no situation where it's going to get out of hand, no confrontation. They got too much respect for each other, and they walk right up to each other and whisper something. Hey, you know it's like that tonight. You know what's going to happen tonight, right? All right, we will see.
All right, there we go. And now you see it. Now you see it. Now you see it. Now you see it. And I immediately tweeted, I tweeted a warning to Joel, don't make that man mad, because if you make number 7 mad, you're in for it, because he will cook you. And he started to cook them because he is another one, like LeBron. If you push the wrong button in him, as in the right button for the Nets, you better be careful, because he's unguardable.
Right.
And he will take over a game the way nobody can, because you just simply can't stop the mid-range.
Right.
He'll score and score and score, and he'll do it efficiently, and he'll do it on low-volume shot taking.
The mere fact that Kevin Durant was down in the post against Joel Embiid and was willing to take one in the chest lets you know what the magnitude of this moment, Skip. This meant something to them. They wanted to send a message, not Skip. Don't think they didn't want to send a message. Not only to the league, not only to the Sixers, but James, you see what you had? All you had to do was stay patient. All you had to do was stay patient, bro. But I agree with LeBron. I love the fact, because now, Skip, every time you start jogging, everything is not about to be no balance in the palace.
No.
Y'all interjecting yourself. Nobody come to see y'all give anybody a tech. I get it. Sometimes, Skip, a tech is warranted. But I agree. In that situation right there, there's 2 competitors going at it, letting them know, I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down either. Okay, well, keep coming.
Okay, what's the context? What's their history?